This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/blokes to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan, plus 4 months for free. 4 months for free. That's not too shabby, is it?
Pretty good deal.
It's completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. I like VPNs. Personally, I do actually use NordVPN.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an absolutely quality product. It really is. And apparently it's in over 60 countries throughout the world as well. 5,000 servers. So it's keeping your data and your online security, identity security. Yeah. Absolutely top notch.
There's loads of security features on there that are absolutely amazing that I haven't used yet. Yeah, if I'm being completely honest,
there's a lot to go at.
What I do is I just switch to the USA and watch Netflix, and there's certain things that aren't available on UK Netflix that are over there, and that's the main thing I use it for, to be honest.
And obviously you can get it on Android, iOS. There's a load of operating systems that you can use it on as well, so it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, really good.
I mean, why wouldn't you at this point? So yeah, don't forget that is head to NordVPN/blokes. You get an amazing deal. You get a huge discount off, and you get 4 free months at the end of the plan as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, no brainer. Don't forget, do that, guys. You can click the link below as well, and it'll take you where you need to go.
Brilliant.
Cheers, guys.
Awesome.
Hi guys, welcome to Office Blokes React. I'm Office Bloke Dave.
I'm Office Bloke Mike.
Office Bloke Daz.
Collectively, we are the Office Blokes.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. We have channel memberships and a Patreon page that Mike loves to talk about off camera. So I thought I'd give you an opportunity to
do it on camera.
Yeah, do it on camera.
Go on then. Go to patreon.com, put in Office Blokes React. We've got a lot of tiers there, starting just £1.50. So if you want to support the channel, that'd be absolutely amazing. So go down there, check out.
Yeah. What would we find on there?
Loads of stuff.
Like, such as?
Content.
Such as?
Videos, Key and Peele,
hey.
Malice at the Palace, all the favourites.
Yeah.
Bit of Chappelle on there.
They've recently changed Patreon a little bit, because we originally had to upload the videos to Vimeo. It was Patreon first, and then people actually had to download them to watch them, and then we moved over to Vimeo and we linked it, and now you can actually upload directly to Patreon.
Oh, okay.
So it's so much easier and so much less hassle. And we've had instances where people couldn't watch the video because the link between Vimeo and Patreon wasn't working. Proper pain in the arse. But it just works great. It just works as it should.
Yep, miles better.
Right then, strange military traditions.
I don't really know much about the military traditions in the first place.
No, me neither.
People have told me about some that they used to do in different, different areas of the military. They were in. I don't really know of any traditions.
I watched a thing where I want to say it was either Danny Dyer or Ross Kemp spent some time with the paras in this country, and they were at a local pub, and the absolute lunatics, and the stuff they were doing was like, hitting pool balls as hard as they can at each other's heads on the table, and like there was lots of balls hanging out. It was like really, proper, like fraternity sort of
rugby-ish.
Rugby lads sort of behaviour.
Yeah. You can just imagine, can't you?
Yeah. I'm not sure how much of a tradition that is versus just being a bunch of nutcases in a room together.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's find out about this one then. Strange military traditions.
6 truly odd military traditions.
Left, right, left.
If you want to sign up for the military, there are a few things you need to know. And I don't mean how to shoot a gun or run 10 miles. What I'm talking about are all those weird traditions I expect you to be part of, soldier. Let's review. The roof stomp. The roof stomp is a tradition in the U.S. Air Force when a new commander is sworn in, or sometimes if there's a special occasion to celebrate. Although described as old school, this tradition is all in good fun, and it's seen as a good time by both the stomper and the stompee. The officers of a regiment will visit their new commander's house, climb up onto the roof, or sometimes if they're feeling lazy, stay on the porch, and proceed to stomp with reckless abandon and a lot of hollering. After some time and stomping have passed, the commander will open their door and let their new subordinates in for food, drink, and celebration. I guess that's one way to demand a party. Blood wings.
That is a bizarre one,
Strange
isn't it?
on that.
In the news today, 17 RAF men have passed away.
Falling off the roof.
Yeah.
Lightning storm.
They have to get a new roof every year there, don't they? Hey?
I don't think
Breaking
it's a
all the
commander.
tiles.
They said a commander, so
When
that's
he voted in, it won't be every year, would it?
No, I'd assume that's going to be like a in the post for years sort of job.
Wow.
This tradition is a little bit more controversial, and although not officially sanctioned, it happens across multiple U.S. military branches, most prominently the U.S. Air Force and Marines. Nowadays, blood wanging is seen as a form of hazing and banned.
Just sticking the badge on without the pin, just jamming it in.
Although from anecdotal stories of people in the military, it seems like some still uphold this bloody tradition. Officially banned since before the 1990s, there was evidence of it still happening afterward and was particularly highlighted by 2 incidents in 1991 and 1993, where U.S. Marines were caught on tape performing the ritual. They faced harsh punishments, and some were even officially discharged.
Wow.
Imagine if Dave did that to his missus. Be like...
That joke don't work anymore, does it?
Get the puncture repair kit out.
see it for yourself over on Obi Dave and African Ash on YouTube.
So what exactly is blood winging? Simply, when Air Force cadets or Marines complete their initial training, their superior officers pound their new badges onto their shirts without any protection so that the spikes are hammered directly into the new recruit's chest, usually drawing blood. This can be particularly painful as some badges have more spikes than others. Despite the slightly gruesome nature of the hazing, some argue it helps build better relationships and saw it as a rite of passage in the military. Either way, it's not a tradition they'll be talking about publicly anytime soon.
Raid Shadow Legends has taken over, and gaming will never be the same again.
I don't think that's that bad.
No,
I'm not particularly against that.
Depends how long the pin is really and whereabouts you put it.
Yeah, about that long.
If it's that long, you're doing it about there, then you're in trouble, aren't you?
You're mistaking the pin for a stake through the heart, mate.
Maybe.
It's going to be like any
sort of, tiny.
Yeah.
Do they even use pins now? Whenever I've been to these any events like I go to and all that, and you have to wear a badge. It's like magnetic.
Really?
So you put like the front bit on and then just connect the magnet behind.
Oh, on the other side. Ah, right, okay.
Yeah, I've not really seen a pin badge for a while.
Yeah, it's probably deemed sort of like too dangerous in it, I suppose, a bit PC and all that. So
yeah, nowadays with the modern youth.
Modern youth.
I'll be looking for some of those magnetic ones.
Yeah, I've never
Straight
seen
after
it.
this. Magnetic everything we'll have around here. Much safer.
Being a health and safety gimp.
Exactly, yeah.
Just get a lanyard, mate. You sort of guy who carries like a pocket full of lanyards around with him.
Yeah.
Should have a pocket full of keys.
Look pretty hardcore, but it's not just
You can summon awesome champions as soon as you get in-game.
piano burning. A piano on fire can look pretty hardcore, but it's not just for meme purposes. In the US and British military, piano burning is actually a long-held tradition dating back as far as World War II, although no one seems entirely clear where it first began. Many believe it was the introduction of new recruits during the war that led to these burnings. Some sources claim the Royal Air Force was appalled at having new officers who were not of the upper class or considered gentlemen, and so forced them into daily piano lessons to improve their standing. When a fire in one squadron's house burned the piano to the ground, others realized that no piano meant no lessons, and soon piano burnings were happening across the Air Force. Other stories include a beloved fighter pilot who would play the piano after every mission, who was killed in action and his piano burnt in his memory. Regardless of where it originated, the piano burning tradition continues to this day in the Royal Air Force, sometimes for those killed in action, other times in memory, or a final hurrah for disbanded or deactivated units.
Never heard of it.
No.
I haven't either, but I'd like both of those reasons for it. You know, whichever one of them is true, I think they're both pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's got to be a reason. But you'd have thought they'd be able to narrow it down to a particular one, wouldn't you, really? That'd be passed down through,
well, that's what happens,
word of mouth.
People sort of make up their own versions, don't they?
Yeah, maybe.
It'll just be something that was happening one day. You know, it could be that they set fire to a piano so they didn't have to practice it.
Yeah.
And then word got out. I think that's a great reason.
It's probably more likely to be that, I would guess.
All these pianos keep just spontaneously combusting at night.
Yeah.
Saber arch and sword butt tap. Getting married is
That's what you were doing in that photo, wasn't it, Mike?
Saber arch and sword butt tap. Getting married is meant to be one of the happiest days of your life and always involves lots of food, dancing, and of course, ceremony. This is even more true if you're a member of the military. There are many traditions surrounding getting hitched, including a formal military dress code, designated seating, and in the U.S., displaying of the American flag. But one of the most popular and dramatic is the saber arch the couple leave through after the ceremony ends. Originating within the British Army, it's now a tradition in many military weddings across the world. The saber team, as they're called, wait outside for the newlywed couple to emerge and raise their sabers into a high arch touching over the twosomes' heads. When they reach the last pair of sabers, the guard lowers them, preventing the couple from continuing. They'll usually then say the bride and groom need to kiss to be allowed to pass, at which point they'll raise their sabers and allow them to continue. In some ceremonies, the sword butt tap then also happens, where the wife is gently tapped on the bottom with the saber and welcomes them to the army. Assuming, of course, their partner is the one in the military, not themselves, and assuming the woman doesn't have an issue with this particular ritual. Rum rationing.
Yeah, I wonder where that started.
Are you sure? Oh, yeah, it's tradition, honestly.
Yeah. Wonder where that tradition started, though, or how it came about.
Yeah, not so sure.
Yeah, I like that one. Rum rationing I've heard of.
Rum
I
rationing.
know rum's a big naval drink.
But the Royal Navy were paid in rum at one point, weren't they?
Don't know.
Or was it was either that, or I think, was it because the water wasn't safe to drink or something? I think rum would be too strong for that, though, wouldn't it?
I wasn't safe to drink, so you give him rum.
Yeah. No, but that's why people used to drink beer more than water, didn't they, in the UK a couple of 100 years ago?
I still don't trust it.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, either. But no, I think everyone was, like, in the Navy was allocated a certain amount of rum every day.
Yeah.
Just that's part of your payment.
Was it?
Yeah.
Didn't know.
I didn't know that.
That's probably not the case nowadays with, like, billion-dollar ships.
I thought giving them rum was part of, like, just trying to get them sort of, like, up for the fight and get them, you know...
I think so, but I think there's like a proper daily allocation back in, the ye olde days.
Yeah, okay.
Sailors, they're just pirates with official job titles. At least that's certainly how it may appear when you learn that rum rationing was a very real military tradition all the way up to 1970. Also known as the Daily Tot, the tradition dates back to what is now Jamaica in 1655, when rum was being used to hydrate British privateers invading Spanish territories in the Caribbean. Rum proved easier to preserve and find than freshwater, beer, or brandy, so much so that from 1731, British sailors were officially mandated by the Navy to receive a tot, or a half pint of rum each day. Tot doesn't quite seem to cover that. In 1740, Vice Admiral Edward Vernon ordered for the rum to be drunk in only 2 servings, one between 10 a.m. and 12 noon, and another in the late afternoon between 4 and 6 p.m. Unsurprisingly, this still led to some fairly rowdy behavior. Vernon additionally insisted for the rum to be mixed with a quart of water to try to keep some of the drunkenness at bay. 9 years later, the Vice Admiral even offered sailors the option to add sugar and limes to their rum in exchange for their bread and salt rations. In this way, the rum tot accidentally began curing sailors stricken with scurvy, as they were unwittingly being prescribed vitamin C. As centuries went on, the amount of rum or type of alcohol changed, but one thing remained the same. There was always a daily tot to enjoy. That is, of course, until 1970.
I think that's how the nickname come to us from the Americans, calling us limeys, was scurvy, because lime used to eradicate or so that's when the nickname came, limeys, I believe.
Interesting.
Educational,
this is.
Imagine being rationed half a pint of rum every day, and
that's
it's like
the pint that they've got there. Look at the size of it. It's like a bucket.
I used to work in a naval club, and a lot of the old timers who were in the Navy used to say, "I'll just have a tot," and I was like, "Fuck's that?"
Yeah,
And then now I know.
I thought a tot rum was like just a
shot,
little thimble, like a shot.
That's what they used to say. I just have a tot. They didn't say a tot event what. They just said a tot, and they give them like a shot of rum.
Right.
I like how they've staggered it though. So you like breakfast time, you only have to drink quarter of a pint of rum, and then in the evening you get quarter of a pint, because you don't want to be too pissed while you're at war.
Unfortunately, at that point, Parliament decided to stick its oar in the water and decreed that drunken sailors and daily tots of rum were incompatible with operating new technology and advanced weaponry, and that the daily tot should be banned. Henceforth, on July 31st, 1970, the rum ration was abolished, a dark day in British naval history that's still mourned annually by sailors and is known as Black Tot Day. But some other divisions continued the tradition, with the New Zealand Royal Navy continuing to serve daily tots of rum in the Caribbean and wine in the Mediterranean all the way up until 1990. The Great Pillow Fight of West Point Academy. West Point Academy is arguably the most prestigious military academy across the entire U.S., and until 2015, cadets who finished their first summer training there would blow off steam by participating in a giant campus-wide pillow fight. Usually held on August 20th, sources indicate that the Great Pillow Fight had been a tradition since at least 1897, and until 2015 was a light-hearted, fun way to build team spirit. But as always, one bad apple spoils the bunch, or in this case, a few. In the 2015 Great Pillow Fight, several cadets used their dense pillows to smash others to the concrete ground, or used their helmets or elbows instead to inflict more damage. The result was over 30 injuries requiring medical assistance, including cadets knocked unconscious, broken bones, concussions, and bloody lips. Sadly, this was to be the last pillow fight of West Point, with individuals ruining a 100-year-plus-old tradition by inevitably taking it too far. Tradition is...
That would have been impressive to watch, wouldn't it? Just watch it escalate from a pillow fight to a fist fight and helmets.
My son's godfather went to West Point.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's in the US. Well, he was in the US military. He's just retired this year.
Yeah, right.
So he would have done that because...
I don't know, when did it say it ended? That's what I was looking at. When did it say it ended?
2005? 2015?
If that was the case, it definitely would have been there.
It was
Really?
recent.
Yeah.
is an important part of the military and helps bond soldiers, sailors, pilots, and everyone in between together. Whether old or new, these truly odd traditions have earned their place in military history as bizarre, funny, and memorable.
Make sure you use the promo code.
That was good.
Yeah, some funny ones there.
Informative, like you say. Interesting.
Very much so.
Now I know what a top means.
Same here, yeah.
I just thought a top was a small drink.
So did I. Yeah. Absolutely, exactly the same.
For all these years,
I know.
I never knew it referred to just a half a pint of rum.
Half pint of rum.
I've heard a few old fellas say that in the pub, but I never knew it either.
Yeah.
I don't like rum though. It's not for me.
When I
turned 16, when I was working in the pub, they bought me a pint of rum and wouldn't let me leave until I drank it.
Really?
No way.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. How long did it take?
I didn't drink it. I said I can't. I'll be sick. Yeah. So I got like about that far down the pint.
Yeah.
When I can't.
That's pretty dangerous, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. Well, it's in the middle of Wythenshawe, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're all ex-naval men.
Yeah, it's probably more dangerous walking the streets there drinking that, I suppose, wasn't it? So
that happened. I want to say an 18th or a 21st birthday that I was at years ago. It was the working man's club that used to be near Halfords. Is it still there? Still there, isn't it?
Yeah, still there.
Yeah, and the whole bar was just. Bear in mind, he was either 18. I think he was 18. The whole bar was just shots of whiskey. There must have been like 40 of them, and everyone's like shouting at him to nail them all. And then his mum stepped in and just went, "No chance, you're going to kill him."
Yeah.
Which, good on her, because there was a lot of peer pressure on him to start nailing shots.
Yeah, it's strange where they come from, some of these traditions, and but been going for centuries, haven't they? Some of them, but people just carrying them on.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
I suppose
now
it's good.
The PC
really,
Brigade's got hold of it. No more.
Yeah, well, that's it.
I'm sure there'll still be a fair bit.
I think they will, just won't be announced.
Yeah, I've listened to military guys talk about hazing in the military and stuff, and how they've tried to eradicate that, but to a degree there's a bonding thing where the new recruits get treated like shit. It's kind of human nature to do that sort of stuff,
and it's
isn't
the
it?
military.
Yeah,
that's what they've always done.
They used to do it at our school, at secondary school, like sprog bashing when the
sprog bashing day. They did it at my school,
but no one ever really did anything. No,
because they made such a thing at my school about it that if anyone participates in sprog bashing day, you're expelled.
Yeah.
So like quite quickly, it just
eradicated.
It happened when my bro was there, but within the 2 years it took for me to start high school, they tightened everything up like that.
Yeah, we didn't have any going into from junior school to high school. But when we went, we had two different schools at high school, so you had to go from the lower to the upper, and then it was one of them. But we had some proper thugs in our year, that the year above were just like, nah, we'll leave
Yeah,
this. We'll
leave
leave
it.
it this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all right.
Yeah. You're just like us. We'll just be one. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.